Apologies to start with, my voice is kind of going, so I don't know if it's going to get to the end of this 2 or 3 minute video, but we'll try it anyway. You said that you are having a wee bit bother keeping track of the layers when you were attempting an Orton conversion. Well, a quick way of doing it, and I think it's quite simple. I think I got the recipe for isn't it's quite as sharp as it used to be, I don't suppose. Anyway, here we go. I've got the picture that was in the post and pictures of Perth and beyond, and the original, because the original was mucked up, and this is the next one along in the spool, so I hope this is okay. Now the first thing you'll notice way down at the bottom right hand side in the layers panel is that I've got a background layer. Now automatically, without even thinking about it, I do a Command J. Oh, try that again. I do a Command J. There we go, to get a copy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to base all of this retouch on the copy of layer 1 rather than the background, and that way if I muck it up I've still got the background I can go back to and play with again. So in fact I'll even turn the eyeball off, so if I click on the eyeball that'll turn it off. Now the Orton effect requires 3 elements basically. One, lightening of a layer. The second is making a detailed or sharp layer. And the third one is making a blurry layer and combining them together to give you the Orton effect. Now the first thing we'll do is we'll deal with the lightening first. So if I go into layer 1 there, and I'll just make a copy of that by Control or Command J. If you don't know any shortcuts, that's one to know. And then I've made a copy, so I've got a layer 1 from copy. I'm going to make this a lighten up by using the blending modes. So if you look just above the layer 1 copy, you'll see there's normal. Well, in that box you want to change that to screen. So just click on it, and bring it down, then you're in the light mode. Oops, too far. Screen. And that makes it light. Now that's what you're going to base your blurry layer and your detailed or sharp layer on. So you need to make a copy of this, but you can't make a copy because it's on screen mode. So the easiest way to do with that is just to merge this down. So merge that layer down to the one down below it. Now you can do that using a keyboard shortcut, Command E, or if you're not happy with that, you can come up to the very top and go to the layer, click on that, and way down at the bottom of that panel there's a merge down. So you can do that, and the extra layer disappears and it's all into here. And most importantly, the blend mode is now normal, so you can do a Control J again to copy it. So Control J again, or Command J on a Mac. Now I'm going to make the top layer the blurry layer, so I'll just rename it so that I don't get mixed up. You don't have to do this, but it just saves you forgetting where you are at times. So double click on that and just put blur, B-L-U-R, I think. Enter, and that's that named. And the one down below it, we'll make that your detailed layer or sharp layer, just call it sharp. Return. Now ideally if you want to make a really good job of this, you would then go to your sharp layer and you would sharpen it using something like the high pass filter method or whatever, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just leave it untouched. But I don't want to get involved in the making it sharp, because that's going to muck up the whole of the video here, and it's going to lead possibly to confusion. So let's keep it as simple as we can. So in that case I'm going to do the blurry layer. So I'll highlight the blur layer and I'll come up to filter, in the very top there, filter, down to blur, across to the drop down menu and pick Gaussian blur. And it gives you a wee box with a preview. Now what you want to do is look at the building on the right here, for instance. What you want to be able to do is determine the shape of the building. You can tell that there's uprights and there's a door and there's whatever that thing at the top is called. But you can't make out the details of the bricks. So that's about what you want. Now with my picture here, it's turned out to be about 16.9. But usually I've found it's in about 25. So you just move them about until you get to the right thing. For instance, if I move it up, it gets blurry. In fact, the whole thing gets blurry. If I go down the other way, then it becomes sharp, mostly sharp. So I found with this particular image, 16.1 was about right. So I'll just type that in, 16.1, enter. And that's about right. So now we need to change the blending mode of this top layer from normal. Where's the pointer going? I'm losing the will to live here. Wait a minute. Oh, there we are. So I can move to that layer, highlight that layer, and change the blending mode. This time to the opposite of screen, which turns out to be multiply. And that's more or less the Orton effect. Now, sometimes it's useful to look at the man-made stuff, or the stuff with straight lines in it, straight lines and curves, and take the blur away from them. Now, you can do that by being in the blurred layer and picking the thing that looks like a washing machine. That's the mask. So apply a mask. And the mask is white, so nothing has changed. It doesn't affect it at all. It lets you see everything. What you want to do is paint onto this with black. Now if you look at the way at the left hand side, you'll see that my foreground colour is black, my background colour is white. That's the way you want it. So we pick the brush. The easiest way to pick a brush is just to go B for brush. And with a Mac, if I hold down the keys, Alt and Control, not Command, but Alt and Control and touch, that gives me a picture of what the brush looks like. So in this case, it's got next to no hardness. If I move the pointer down, it increases the hardness. Move it up, it decreases the hardness. Move it to the right, it increases the size of the brush. To the left, decreases the size of the brush. Now there is a shortcut in Windows, but I can't for the life of me remember what it is. I mean, it's a keyboard shortcut, but I just can't remember. So you maybe have to look that up. But what we'll do then is we'll paint on black. Now wait a minute. Well, that's a mistake. I touched it by mistake, so I'll just cut that out. Now if you look along at the top of this underbrush, I've got my flow is there at 30, which is fine for me. I use flow. Some people use capacity. I just find you've got more freedom using flow, so I've set it at 30. So what happens if I look at this bit of building here, if I brush down on that, it takes away the sharpness. Sorry, it takes away the blur and leaves the sharpness. Now the only thing is, with this, you're also taking away the blending mode. So it might not work with a particular image that you're after, but with me, I'm just happy just to play with it the way it is. I'm just taking away from some of the brickwork. You don't have to take it away from it all, and you don't have to be particularly even. If we look at the fence, for instance, I'll just take a wee bit along, leave a wee space, take a bit along, so it's uneven. So it looks like what light looks. Wee bit there, just in at the edges. Wee bit there, just a wee dab here and a dab there. Just round wherever you think. I'm on the waiting room just now. Now the path's an interesting thing. It's pretty dull, so you can liven it up a wee bit by taking away some of the blurriness, which also takes away some of the darkness. Just dab it as you come along. Make it a wee bit different. It just lightens up a bit. Okay, so that's it, Malcolm. Sorry, that's it, Wallace. So if you any problems with this, just let me know and I'll see if I can help. Anyway, goodness knows what's happened to my voice. I think I've gone back to being a junior again. My voice is up about several octaves. Anyway, catch you later. Hope this helps. Bye.